nervous for the episode. I've gotten a lot of comments that are like, "Oh, if you like Robin now."
My best friend.
Hey fam, hey, welcome back to my channel. Well, she's done it again. Gwendolyn Bound went on YouTube to react to the episode where Christine begins to tell the family that her house has sold. It's been a little while since I have covered that episode, so I absolutely don't remember what episode it is, but I will include it before it is over. All right, y'all, we're gonna get into this reaction of Gwen reacting. All right, come back and join me right after the jingle. All right, y'all, welcome back. So as before, Gwen is sitting to watch the episodes and react in real time. Now, I will say, as she watched this episode, I think she got a real surprise about how the family reacted when her mom sat them down to tell them that the house had sold and that she was moving in a week.
She's 11. Wow. Okay, so this makes it less weird that my dad got it wrong. I guess it's just a thing with parents. They get their kids' ages wrong sometimes.
Yes, I'm taking Truly, and that's really the only thing he has to say in. Every time I come into town, he can have her, but I don't know. We haven't seen him since we got back. Can't see Truly for 2.5 weeks, moved Gwendolyn without him, all of it, and I'm like...
She was so stressed out when we were moving.
Life is passing you by. We're leaving.
I don't want to go over to Christine's house, but I don't have a place for Truly.
She can sleep on the couch.
It doesn't have anything to do with
She's
me
not,
not
like,
wanting to see
needy.
Truly. It's really more about just struggling to be around Christine.
You sit on a throne of lies.
So, you know what I forgot that this was the episode where a few episodes before, Cody mistakes Truly's age as 10 years old, and Christine corrects him and says, well, she's 11. In this episode, Christine actually does the same thing and says, okay, 10-year-old, and Truly calls her out and says, I'm 11. I do remember that the last time I reviewed this episode that I said, I don't believe that Christine forgot Truly's age. What I think happened was that it was a knife in the kidney to Cody that she is indeed 11 years old. I think it might have been a little inside joke, not even really inside, but a joke with the producers to say it again. I love that Gwen notices this also, but she takes it and says, ooh, it doesn't seem as weird now that my dad forgot. Gwen, I think your mom was taking a little jab at your father. We then move into Gwen reacting to him saying that he doesn't have a place for Truly at the McMansion. And Gwen, like the rest of us, says, listen, you could have her sleep on the couch. Like if you really wanted her there, you would make room and space for her because that's what you're supposed to be doing as her father. He says it's not that he doesn't want to be around Truly. Right. He does want to be around Truly because then he'll have somebody help him shovel in snow when that happens, because I think that's the one time that I think they filmed her with him. He had her outside working. And he says that it's not he doesn't want to be around her, it's just that he's having a hard time being around Christine. And Gwen reacts appropriately, or as we all would, and says, and I quote, you sit on a throne of lies. Let's keep going.
Christine first told Truly we were getting divorced. Truly was very upset. She was more upset about moving than about Christine and I being divorced.
He said it like as if he resents the divorce or resents Truly.
What did
But
Christine do that made
there's no difference.
Truly go, oh, this divorce is okay?
Nothing changed.
I was sitting there talking with Truly, and she's like, well, you and Mom are divorced. I'm like, okay, I didn't realize.
I didn't realize.
It was a little bit news to me.
How is it news to you?
Yeah, how is it news?
That we're just divorced.
Oh.
We never made an official agreement.
She doesn't need your consent to break up with you.
All of a sudden, it just sank into me that she's just like, so we're divorced.
Every single episode, he gets it. Every single episode, he's like, all of a sudden, I understand. Do you?
Okay, so this is the same face that I make pretty much every time I watch this show. And we finally get a chance to see Gwen make this face about her dad saying, this is news to me that we're getting a divorce. Are you kidding? She's like, I feel like every episode, he's like, I get it, I understand. And she's like, well, do you really get it? Because the rest of us got it way before you did. All the wives, except for, Robin, Sass Brown, got it. Even Mary got it, because Mary's right in the thick of it. But I love the fact that Gwen is now coming into realization that her dad, who she later calls Cody, not dad, is kind of being real dumb about this whole divorce issue and knowing that it was coming. Let's keep on listening, y'all, because it gets better.
Usually, our church would say you're divorced. You have to go ask for a divorce.
Not if you're no longer Mormon.
Christine just saying I'm divorced is sort of invalidating our beliefs.
That's true. I get that. It's not intentionally invalidating, though. Like, she is allowed to decide that she is no longer part of the church, especially when she was excommunicated by them. She does not have to do any of this.
You know, as far as I know, it's just that your divorce has to be recognized. But Christine has left the faith. The rules don't apply to her anymore if she's not in the faith.
Like, sometimes even before you're, like, legally divorced on paper, the couple has already moved on. And they're like, yeah, we're basically over.
Neither of us are part of that religion anymore. So, me just saying I'm divorced, I don't see the problem in that.
So here is a bit of information that I don't know if we've ever heard before. If you listen closely, you hear Gwen say that Christine was excommunicated from the church. Now, I am familiar with excommunication because it does happen in my faith, although every church, I'm sure, has their own version or their own way that they excommunicate a member. In my faith, it is simply that they may ask you to step down from any offices you may hold. They may, if you're an elder, they may say that you can no longer lead services, things like that. If you're something like a secretary, they may say that you can no longer be that until whatever you discuss with the pastoral team is done to rectify that situation. It does not mean that you cannot be a part of the faith ever again if you were to choose to be, but there is a such thing as excommunication. Now, I have heard of excommunication going as far as literally taking someone off of a church roll. And there are things that you have to perform to get back on. I am not sure what it means in their faith to be excommunicated, but whatever it means, it does not then hold true that she must follow the rules of how to get a divorce. Of course, as we know now, she is dating someone new, Mr. David Woolley. And let me tell you, I hope that this is the real thing. I'm going to go ahead and trust and believe that it is. And just say, Mr. Woolley, you have got a gem. You have truly got a gem of a lady, at least from what we see. I do not know Christine Brown. I do love that Gwen backs her mother up and says she's not a part of the faith. So pretty much like any normal couple getting a divorce, you can just say, I'm divorced. I'm done. We've been separated for a very long time. Now, in their case, there are no papers to sign. In a normal marriage, there are papers to sign. But in this instance, Christine can just say, I am done with this marriage and walking away. But I think I want to dig more into that excommunication because I had never heard that before. Please tell me in the comments nicely if you had heard that Christine had been excommunicated, because I had not.
Done.
Well, the closure that she's saying that she gets is that she just decides, and he just kind of goes along with it. Like, Cody and I are in this situation. We're not legally married. I want to work on the relationship, but Cody has basically said that he doesn't. Does that mean we're just not married anymore?
He's a fool for that.
That's not how I consider it.
Right.
I feel like we're still married.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't really consider myself married to Mary. If she wanted to move on and marry another, she wouldn't get an argument with me.
Then stop.
I don't believe that we can ever be functional.
The thing is, he's just leading her on at this point.
And I don't believe that I will ever be emotionally safe with her.
Then tell her. Oh my God.
I guess in some ways I'm just sorry we dragged it out so long.
Y'all, this is where Gwendolyn's mind is completely blown. She had said, that was terrible English. She said before that she thought that Cody and Mary were working on their relationship. She had no idea that Mary was sitting in her home alone, Cody was not visiting her, that they weren't indeed working on their relationship. But in this reaction video, she hears how her father feels about Mary when he says, I don't consider myself married to Mary, especially after hearing Mary say, I consider myself married to him. My strength is sticking around and trying to get through it and go through it for the family. Then to hear your father say that if she were to go ahead and ask to marry somebody else, she'd get no argument from me. I think this is the point in the video where Gwen has had her issues with Mary, but felt for Mary at the same time, but really feels for her now because she's saying, then let her go. Stop leading her on. And for Gwen, who is very much in that feminism, girl power, we can do anything, be your own person kind of person that she is, this seems like a mind-blowing experience for her. And honestly, I don't blame her. She now sees what the rest of us have seen. Mary trying for something that is never going to be. She even says at some point in this reaction video that she is glad that those women who needed to get away have gotten away. So of course she supports her mom, but she also supports that now Janelle has left and that Mary has left. And, you know, if Robin wants to stick around to see what happens, feel free, do that. But yeah, this is that moment. It's kind of like the episode of The Simpsons. It's the Valentine Day episode where Ralph gives Lisa a Valentine that says, I choose you. And he's been really pouring on the love and she hasn't liked it. And she finally screams in front of everyone at a Krusty the Clown show that she doesn't like him. And when Bart plays it back for her on a videotape, you see the exact moment that his heart breaks. This is what I feel like happened to Gwen. If we reverse this, you could see the exact moment that her mind explodes in hearing that her dad has not been trying with Mary.
It is so unfortunate to see, like, my dad going off about, like, how he and Mary basically have this done relationship, because she doesn't know that. They haven't had a conversation about it, and I think that's what's so important about what my mom did with him, because she said, we are done. She told him to his face that they're over. And Cody hasn't done anything. He's just letting Mary believe in this, like, fantasy that he's created, that they can somehow work on their relationship, which is, like, manipulative. It feels completely manipulative to me, because he's basically keeping this information from her and letting her, like, just be in this loveless relationship with this false hope that is going to be fixed.
So there it is, y'all. She called it like she saw it. She called him manipulative to create this fantasy world where Mary believes that things are going to be fixed, that there's a possibility to work on this relationship for as long as at least Gwen knows, and then to get on TV and say what he said is downright manipulative. So there was an episode, I think the last time Gwen reacted, someone had sent her a question about if she knew that the streets were talking and basically saying that the reason why they kept Mary around was for her financial support. She was a little mind blown at that, but also said that it made sense. I wonder if she sees it more now that there's a reason that they allow her to stay around. And although Cody has never said this, Robin has never said this, they're not going to say that because that would really make them look like buttholes. I think that Gwen is truly wondering, especially after this, what is it that makes him want to keep them around? She does actually ask the question towards the end of the video. I did not put that part in, but she does ask, what is the benefit for Cody to have all of these women around? Is it that he just has them as trophies? Is it that he needs them to get into heaven? You know, she talks about also that she doesn't believe that this relationship was ever going to work. It was something that didn't work for her parents, and that she really doesn't feel like it was for her mom, and it really wasn't for her dad either. So it begs us to go back and ask the question, what was this really about? I take you back to the episode, I think it was in season 3 or 4, when they go and visit some friends from high school that Cody grew up with. There was one woman who said, yeah, I thought that you were gay in high school. And then he had a friend who was completely vehemently against this polygamous lifestyle. And there was a woman who said, I am not surprised that you're a polygamist. I think maybe it was also the male friend. I can't remember his name, but he said, I'm not sure that I understand why you would be a polygamist, because it's the attention. It's all the attention on Cody, which is exactly what it was in high school. Now, at that time, Christine and all of them were ready to defend his honor and say that this is not about sex and this is not about him having attention. It's about our faith and our love. And I think that if we were to take Christine and Mary and Janelle maybe back to that episode, how they might react to that. I almost want Gwen to go back and react to past episodes, especially that one, because she may see what his friends saw. that this was kind of an attention thing for him. You know, she totally recognizes that polyamorous relationships do work for some people, but for her family, it did not work, and doesn't believe that it would work for her dad. So is he looking for more wives? I think if he were, it would truly be just because he may still believe that it would be his way into the celestial kingdom, although I don't even think Cody cares anymore. All right, y'all, that's all I got. We're going to wait until Gwen reacts again and we can see what she thinks of the next episode. She does bring it up and she realizes that it is the episode where her dad is yelling at her mom. Now that I have to say, I want to say I can't wait to see it, but actually I can't, because I can only imagine what I would feel like doing to any person who yelled at my mother. Rest in heaven, rest in peace. My mom is no longer here, but if she were and someone ever yelled at her about anything, I tell you, it would be on like Donkey Kong. I'm not even kidding. All right, y'all, have a great rest of your day. I hope that you are enjoying this Sunday. I hope that you are going to get up tomorrow morning, enjoy where you are going, and do the best you can while you're out there. Remember, if there's anything you want to do, don't let anybody talk you out of it. Why? Because there's enough room for everybody. All right, y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. We out.